EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Williams. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Easy. Check 55, come on. Check 50.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. This is caught by Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack by Robert Quinn. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now here's Mahomes. Now he's forced out left. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 85 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Prescott completes it to Austin. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Stop your walk.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Mike, hello. Let's go on, 80. Here we go. Kill. Check 50. Hello. Switch. Check 99. Check 99.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City 1st down. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Yellow. 180. Free ball. Say. 43. Out.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Here we go. Check 43. Easy. Check 55. 15. Let's go. Mark 55. Come back. We want it. Come to my world. Check 26. Back. Watch the quick.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
They'll run it with Williams. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal.
Watch the safety creep. Check. Yellow. Check. Big dash. Go. Hatchet. Hey, alert 3.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken very short.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board.
Switch it, hey. Check.
On second down, it's Pollard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
47. 26.
Prescott now. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Butker now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Next to score, Chiefs 21, Cowboys nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken short. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they... The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape. I call it color. 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike.
On the ground, this is Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 29, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Yellow. Mike, we'll go 25 to Mike. Here we go, here we go. At 25 to Mike. We'll go.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it with Williams. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
From the 40 now on second down. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 7 yards there and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Bravo! At 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 and 43. Bandit.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
Hey, 43, 43, 15. Check 13. Check 13. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Page 3, 2, 18. Chopper, chopper.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's second down. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Yellow. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Bang, bang, bang. 64, weak. Attack, attack. Delta.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
On second and 12, Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on third down, Newton completes it to Samuel. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
53 is the mic. Quit talking about it. 80 weapons. 80 weapons.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack by Dorian O'Daniel, the linebacker from Clemson.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 3rd and long, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man, it's Olsen.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
1st and 10 at the 45.
Here we go. 44. Hey! You got to get to the ball. Come on. Check. Lucky. Shit.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 55 yards. As they are now on the board scored here in the first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check hot route. Hot, hot. What's the alpha? Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Hey, they scared. They scared. Hey, yo, hey, go going. Motion.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, let's talk about the coaching carousel. Some new guys in new places. Ron Rivera to Washington. We got Mike McCarthy in Dallas. Matt Rule up from the college ranks to Carolina. And for the Giants, Joe Judge. Any surprises in your mind?
Well, I think you start with Joe Judge going to the Giants, coming from New England, where he was the special teams coach for most of his career. And this season added wide receivers to his duties. Well regarded within the ranks of the NFL. Not much known about him to the outside world. It's kind of a reveal to everyone. Joe Judge, people will now get to know who he is, because most people thought Matt Rule was going to go to New York. He ends up in Carolina. And then, of course, Ron Rivera, he would have been a candidate for Dallas. He would have been a candidate for New York, as well as Washington. And Washington never let him out of the building. That was a big-time hire for them.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well. And you would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the All-Pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way. 5 players named to the All-Pro selection. Of course, leading the way for them, the quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
Yes, and rightly so. And I fully expect him to be named the MVP when we get to NFL honors right before the Super Bowl. He's going to sweep all of those, and he deserves it. Carried that team throughout the season and got better in their bigger games.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Ready? 780. Mike's 50, Mike's. Gun. Watch the car. Watch the car. 2 seconds. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. What we got? Think this is the mic. Ready?
A shotgun snap for Newton. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Now second and goal.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
Jim. Kill. 22, Jet, over. 22, Jet, over.
To throw again. Newton taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 68 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Gerald McCoy, his second sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
In for the score.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Chiefs.
Pick it up. Check. Yellow. Go. Check. 59, Mike.
Mahomes now on first down. He's got Watkins on the out route.
Mahomes pass. Complete to
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Mike 5-9. Mike 5-9. 15. Nice 7. Let's go. Watch the slant.
Now it's Mahomes again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Mahomes to throw once more. And an alley to run. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
First down, Kansas City.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down, Chiefs.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
We got 3. We got 3.
Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for the end zone. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 34-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
That's it. 180. 44 is the mic. Oh, you got deep? Check it backer. Check it backer. Hey! Hey, Chris! Football's the mic. Mike's
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. To throw on third down. Newton, and he's got his target. That's more. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
A running play on first.